Hey there, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to What's the Story with me, the library lady. I'm so glad that you joined in today. As a former classroom teacher and elementary school librarian, I love to share about children's books and my passion for reading. And my hope in creating this channel is to share the joy of reading and cultivate that love of learning in your home or classroom. So if you've been joining for a while now, thanks so much for tuning in. And if you're new, definitely click subscribe so you don't miss out on any of these great reads. I created this channel to share these books with you and then offer up a little bit on ideas and tips and suggestions on how you can use them in your home or classroom. So make sure you stay tuned to the end so you can find out a little bit more. So without any further ado, let's get started. Today's book on What's the Story is The Cat in the Hat Learning Library. So I'm actually going to just show a couple of them and highlight one of them for my feature. So there's a map on my lap, talks about maps. There's No Place Like Space, which we'll talk about that in a moment. Wish for a Fish, Sea Creatures, High, Low, Where Did It Go, all about camouflage, and Oh Beyond Bugs, all about insects. And I have just a couple here in my own collection, but there are tons out in this series, and they're great following that Dr. Seuss rhyme, offer a lot of great nonfiction information. So if you've got a learner or a child who's just sucks up information, loves to learn facts, these are great places to check out. Again, the pictures are wonderful. The text is that fun sing-song rhyme. So lots of titles you can just search for. We're going to do There's a Map on My Lap. They are by Tish, Rabe, and I actually had the honor and privilege of meeting her at a conference, at a math and science engineering conference, and she talked a little bit about the process of writing them, and even having to refine the one about space when Pluto was no longer a planet and having to adjust the rhyme and the rhythm in the book. So that was kind of fun, and she's great. If you look her up, Tish Rabe, lots of fun facts about her and how she got into this type of work. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and take a look and see what this one has to offer today. So I'm the Cat in the Hat, and I'm happy to say there's a map on my lap. Let's get on our way. We'll travel the world, see the whole USA, and still be back home by the end of the day. Maps are drawings that help to find out where you are and get you where you're going, no matter how far. When map makers make maps, they must first decide who will be using the map and what it needs to do. And it gives you a little fun fact about a cartographer. The map of the earth that we use most of all is a globe. Like the earth, it is round as a ball. Peel the skin off of an orange and lay it flat. A flat map of the earth would look something like that. Great words, longitude and latitude for your reader and learner. Now, if maps were the size of the places they show, map makers would run out of paper and sew. A chart called a scale makes maps easy to use, shrinking miles into inches on each map that you choose. And so lots of just features of maps. And as you can see, it continues on talking about different maps, even from like your bedroom to places around the world. They talk a little bit about the compass rose and directions, and lots of fun things about maps. So like I said, there's tons and tons of these books out there. But the map one is great. That's a great feature for a lot of standards and learning how to draw maps, knowing north, south, east, and west. So one thing I did with my kids actually during this COVID season is make these little world books, and I had them draw a picture of like the globe on the front, and then on each page I had the continent, and they went smaller and smaller: country, state, city, town, street, their what street they live on, my house, see if they could sketch their house, and then even down to their room. So just starting big and going smaller and helping, plus learning your address is a great skill for your younger readers, and even some older ones. Teaching library, there were plenty of third graders out there who did not know their address, so that's definitely an important skill you want to teach your child. Also a great time to introduce some reference books. I know the term reference book sounds a little outdated and antiquated, but they do like glossaries still for the a lot of state standards and thesauruses and dictionaries. Atlases are hit or miss depending on where you live, but it's a great way to show them what is an atlas and explore some different maps. And this is a children's version that I got. It's Discovery Atlas, Travel the Whole World in one book, and just really colorful text. and pictures and telling you all about the different types of lands and continents. And so you can kind of see how they've broken down here in Eastern, Southern America. And just a lot of fun facts. Kids love to learn new facts. They've got fast facts. Here's Christ the Redeemer, which is actually now one of the 7 wonders of the world, if you didn't know that. So just a lot of ways to explore maps. You can have them create a map of their room. You can do some treasure maps for pirates if you want to deviate into that direction. A lot of online games you can play. ABCya.com has a lot of great games regardless of your subject area or topic, but some with geography. And Shepherd Software is a great one to look up too, where you can actually click and it'll tell you like find Africa and click and match the continents up and oceans. So fun way. If you need to teach your kid the oceans, you can always teach them head, shoulders, knees, and toes, but with the names of the oceans. And real quickly, I'll do this before we head out, but it goes Arctic, Atlantic, Southern Ocean, and you're touching your knees and your toes. Arctic, Atlantic, Southern Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Indian Ocean, Arctic, Atlantic, Southern Ocean, and that's a fun way for them to remember all the names of the ocean. So I hope that you'll explore these Cat in the Hat learning library books. There's a lot out there. You can find them pretty much on any topic your child's interested in. As always, thanks so much for tuning in. Click subscribe, and we'll see you next time on What's the Story. Happy reading.